Hello guys, nice to see you. Welcome in my new video. Friends, did your external hard drives do this? Did they connect and disconnect by themselves or disconnect when you try to use them? Did they disconnect while copying files and interrupt your copying files? In this video I will talk about this issue. I also try to cover all possible issues that cause this problem. So let's get started. We all know that these are electronic devices and need electricity to work. So the first main reason is lack of power. External hard drives need more power than a USB OGT can provide. A normal USB OGT is designed to run a flash USB storage. But external hard drive needs 10 times more power than a typical flash USB storage. To solve this problem, we should need to provide extra power from a different power source. So in order to do this, we need this kind of cable. In this cable you can see there are two USB Type-A cables. If you see them carefully, you will find out one is 3.0 USB port and the other is a simple power USB port. This version is built by me, but this type of cable is available in the market at a very high price. But friends, if we make that cable at home, we can set the cable length and quality by ourselves. So I will tell you how you easily make such kind of cable at home. Friends, watch this video complete because I will also give a lot of information about USB 3.0, how this technology works, and many more. Now to make such type of USB cable, we need the default 3.0 USB cable, which we received with the external hard drive. But if you don't want to modify your original piece, so you can also buy an extra piece from the market. So friends, you can see I am using a cutter to open the outer shell of the cable. Guys, this process is not difficult. If I have done it, so you can also do this. I make a 2 inches cut in the cable shell. I do this softly so the internal wires should not be damaged. After removing the outer shell, I have found another shell. All the wires must be packed inside this secondary shell. Did you know, there are 4 wires in a normal USB data cable, which is also called 2.0 cable. And there are 10 wires inside any 3.0 cable. You will see this in a few moments. So with the help of the same cutter, I make a small cut in the secondary shell. I also making sure that the inside wires should not damage. So finally I open the wires. I am also showing you the teardown of a 3.0 cable. And what is inside a 3.0 cable? So you can see there are 4 wires. These are the same amount of wire which are in 2.0 data cable. Friends, if you see carefully there, you find 2 more pairs. There are a total of 6 wires inside these 2 pairs. Friends, these makes the main difference between the 3.0 and 2.0 cable. Inside any 3.0 cable there are 2 power wires which you can easily identify by their colors, which are red and black. The white and green wires are the data wires. And rest of 6 wires enable USB 3.0 cables to have two-way communication simultaneously. I hope you understand my last sentence. If not, so the 6 additional wires allow high-speed read and write at the same time. So friends, with set of 8 data carrying wires, the speed of 3.0 cable are 10 times more than the 2.0 cable. This is why 3.0 is better than the 2.0 cable. Friends, if we come back to our current goal, so this time we only need red and black wires. I use iron soldering to remove the insulation from the red and black wires. I do this with care so the wires did not break or damage. Friends, these 3.0 cables are also called super speed or SS cables. It was first released in the year of 2008. The standard speed of a 3.0 cable is 5 GB per second. But it typically gives 3 GB per second. Honestly, if I share my personal experience, it gives a maximum of 500 to 600 MB per second with external SSD. And if you use external hard disk drive, then it will only gives you 150 MB per second. Now guys, here you can see, I take a long piece of pure copper wire, and I will join that with the red wire of the 3.0 cable. One thing must be clear is this: an external hard drive can take up to 1.5 ampere when working at its peak. So the wire must be selected that can handle 3 amperes in 1 meter length. So after joining the wires, I will solder that connection. Connection must be soldered properly so both conductors have a good solid connection with each other. After that soldering process, the exposed joint must be covered with some kind of insulation tape. Guys, a very important thing just came to my mind. It is true that information is important, but it's my duty to tell you the solutions to all possible problems. Now listen to this carefully. Sometimes the external hard drives or SSD are disconnected and connected. And there is also no issue of lack of power. Then what is happening in that case? So in such case, there are specific settings on the Windows that cause them to disconnect and connect. I am now showing you where are those settings and what should they do. So friend, the Windows screen is in front of you. First we find the device manager settings. The easy way to find is to open the Windows search bar and type Device Manager. Now when you see the Device Manager option, just click on it and the Device Manager will open on your screen. In the Device Manager there are every device listed. Either it is the internal device of the PC or the external device of the PC. So you don't need to worry. This time you just only need to find the USB controller. Guys, remember one thing. It can be written in full form like just you are seeing. You should click the Universal Serial Bus Controller option. So when you click the Universal Serial Bus Controller option, then all the USB devices will show in front of you. Now this point is very important. Here you will also find the mouse, keyboard, printer, or any other device which is connected to PC through USB cable. Friends, you don't need to care about this. Don't do any changes to that. Leave them as it is. You only need to select the USB storage devices. So you should double click on a storage device or right click and select the properties. So after opening the USB storage device properties, you will find some options at the top of the properties window. You should need to select the power management option. So click on the power management option and you will find some options. In the power management option there is an option that says, allow the computer to turn off this device to save power. This option is checked by default. Friends, what this option actually do is, when you do not use your specific USB device, your PC will turn that device off by itself. Now you say that is actually a good thing. But I sometimes not like this thing. Now listen to why. Sometimes I am watching a movie. Or some files are opened from an external hard drive. So due to some reason, I push the movie. And go for any other work for some time. So when I come back, the things that I opened from that external device are now closed. This is because PC thinks this external hard drive is no longer in use and shut it down. Then I have to open all the files from that external hard drive once again. In short, if we don't want to happen this, so this option must be unchecked. This change will not allow the PC to off that external hard drive. There are the built-in power management features inside the external hard drives. So no need to have a double power management system. So guys, we are now back to our main work. As you can see, I have injected 2 power wires in the 3.0 cable. Now I can able to inject more power into the external hard drive. We can increase the length of power wires to whatever we need. I currently use 1 meter length of power wires. It is very important to cover the open joints of the power wires of the 3.0 cables. We should use any insulation to cover the open joints, which we open to connect the power wires. This thing is important because we don't want to short circuit the cable. A short circuit can be very damaging to the 5-volt power supply. And also to the external hard drive. Now you are seeing me using a heat shrink. I am now giving the external power source wire a proper look. Covering complete wire with the heat shrinks also increase the beauty of my work. It also gives extra protection to the external power source wires of the USB 3.0 cable. I am applying heat to the heat shrink from the 300-watt hot air gun. The review, teardown, and working explanation of this 300-watt hot air gun is coming soon on this channel. So guys must watch that review. I also show that did this heat gun works on SMD soldering or not. So here I don't tell you much about this hot air gun, because this video is on different topic. So let's get back to our current work. Now guys, I will first cover the wire joint with tape. Then I will cover that joint with the black heat shrinks. Friends, it will look a little bit over, but not look bad. Now while doing this process, I would like to talk about another thing at this time. So friends, rather than this project, I also did many other projects as well. I create many things which are very useful in daily routine. You can see my all projects on my YouTube channel. People are liking some of my projects. And I am sure if you visit my YouTube channel, you will also find any video which you're looking for. In that video there can be your solution to your electronic problem. Or you were searching about anything on which you want to know in detail and want to get complete knowledge. Friends, I know it's like embarrassing to force you to subscribe to the channel. But I only say that, if any of my video helps you and give you knowledge, so please like and subscribe to that video. Because my type of channel needs a significant amount of investment to run it. I make this channel to do anything which is groundbreaking. I mean which benefits humanity in the sense of their power needs. I hope you understand what I mean to say. Anyway, I wanted to make a lot of future projects. And I am thinking about them. So stay tuned so you can watch my future projects. And I also want to talk about this. A few days back, internet and social media are down in my country. So apologies that I did not upload the video for a long time. Friends, I never upload a video until I put complete information on that topic. That's why it normally takes time to make my videos. But the past few weeks, due to the poor political situation in my country, internet was off and also YouTube with other social media platforms. So that's why I was not able to upload my videos. But I am working continuously on that days. And now I upload all the videos that I make in those days at once. Internet, YouTube and social media was so restricted in those days that even any VPN was not able to work properly. Not even a 20%. So friends, there are many other things that I want to talk about. But there is not enough time for that. Anyway, let's get back to our main video. You can see I have covered the external power source wires into a heat shrink. Friends, if you want to achieve 3.0 speed, so you should also have a super speed 3.0 USB port in your PC. If you plug 3.0 external hard drives into a 2.0 laptop USB port, then you will not get 5 GB speed. Then you will only get 2.0 USB speed. Guys, it's easy to check that your PC has a 3.0 port or not. Most of the time the inside color of 3.0 USB port is blue. By color you can easily differentiate between a 2.0 and 3.0 port. But sometimes you can find a 3.0 port in black color. Just like in my case. But if you see on the top of the USB port there is written, SS means super speed. And SS port is 3.0 port without any doubt. Now we should need a USB type A connector with the external power source wires. Because we can't plug into any 5V power adapter or power supply like this. For this purpose I will join DIY USB type A connector with the wires. First I remove a very small piece of insulation from the edge of the wires. We don't need to remove big pieces of insulation at this place. Now I take DIY USB type A connector and join the wires to it. My friends, one thing must keep in mind at this step. Here we see 4 pins on the DIY connector, but we only need 2 pins which are on the left and right sides. Leave the middle pins as it is. The main point is that you should make red and black wire connection with the DIY USB correctly. At the end of this video I explain this in detail. Because every manufacturer makes its USB with different polarity. And I also show what happened to me because of this manufacturing issue. So must see that part in order to save yourself from that camouflage. Friends, let me tell you one more amazing thing. There is a software called Hard Disk Sentinel. If you have issues with your hard drive, so you should install that on your PC. I am sharing with you my personal experience. One day I installed this software. So from this software, I come to know that one of my external hard drive's health is decreasing due to overheating. It is my gaming external hard drive. And I did not put it properly, so that the heat dissipates easily. After I see this I changed the orientation of that hard drive. Now the temperature was under control. But the damage was happened already. The health of that drive dropped from 100 to 64%. Then I saw a feature in that software called disk repair. So first I back up the data of that drive and start that feature on the drive. Believe me, friends, it takes about 4 hours but it increases the health to 64 to 77%. That was something amazing. And it also repaired some of the bad sectors from 33 to only 17. I am sure if I repeat that feature 3 to 4 times, the health will reach between 90 to 100%. I was very happy to see this. This software is actually very useful. There are a lot of other features in Hard Disk Sentinel software, which are essential for hard drives. Due to lack of time, I can't tell you more about this software. Friends, now I am going to give you some technical knowledge about USBs. The USB 3.0 standard was first released in November 2008. 3.0 doubled the 4 connection lines of USB 2.0 hardware to 8 and allowed for the bi-directional transfer of data. It was also designed like this, so it can also work on USB 1.0 and USB 2.0. Since its introduction, USB 3.0 has been updated with 2 more variants, which are USB 3.1 and USB 3.2. The USB 3.0 standard also increased the power transfer capability to 5 volts and 900 mA. It supports physical connectors of 3 types, such as USB 3.0 Type A, B, and USB Type C. Normally a USB 3.0 is identified by its blue color. Now guys, did you know USB 4.0 also exists? It was first released in August 2019. It is based on the Thunderbolt 3 protocol. It features up to 40 GB per second of data transfer and power transfer up to 240 watts. USB 4.0 can deliver bi-directional 240 watts with up to 48 volts and 5 amperes. A USB 4.0 port is typically blue. Now I have done all the work. As you look, I have modified 3.0 cable in front of you. This will work much better. So it's time to test this modified 3.0 cable. I first plug in the USB 3.0 micro B connector in the external hard drive. Then I first plug the main 3.0 USB into the 5-volt power adapter. This will give power to the external hard drive and you will see the LED will glow. Now I am going to plug the power USB into the power adapter, which I just make in front of you. This will fulfill the rest of the power demand of external hard drive. And the external hard drive will never disconnect due to lack of power or low voltages. Now I will plug out the main USB 3.0 from the power adapter. But you can see the external hard drive still has power in it and it is still running. I can feel it. Now the additional USB which I just built in front of you is giving power to the external hard drive. Here is one thing you are thinking, that this thing may cause the external hard drive to overpower. And it will burn. Friends, this thing is absolutely fine. I have extended one more USB. It will not burn the external hard drive even you extend 10 USBs. And connect them with the adapter at the same time. Unless the voltages are constant at 5 volts. I hope you get my point. And also it has been more than a year I am using my external hard drive like this. That external hard drive has 100 health and 100 performance. It works the same like I just bought today. Now friends, what you are seeing is my 5-volt DIY USB charging and power station. How I built this? Well, you can see this on my YouTube channel. I have shown the complete process of how I built this in 4 parts. Anyway, let's come to the point. You can see I have set all things. Here you can see the power USBs are plugged into my DIY 20 ampere USB power station. There are 2 types of USB hubs. This is the USB charging and power hub. Now guys, this is called the USB data hub. This is the 4-port 3.0 data hub. We can use and control 4 3.0 devices at the same time. The big advantage is that, if we have a single 3.0 port in our laptop or PC, this hub extends that single port to 4 3.0 ports. This hub can be available up to 16 USB ports. All devices work at their maximum speed through a single 3.0 port of the laptop. You can see all the external hard drives are now working at their maximum capacity. And there is no disconnecting and connecting issue. So friends, I told you an incident, which I talked about later in the video, that happened when I was using these DIY USBs. Here I will show you what actually happened. This is a DIY white USB which I currently use in the video. And with all the cables I made off camera. But this time I used a different DIY USB. This time I first use a black color USB. I have no idea that this black USB polarities are totally opposite from the white USB. I was expecting that all USBs are made similar. But I was wrong. I am showing you the both USBs side by side. You can see both USBs bodies are the same. But from inside, these USBs are totally upside down from each other. This thing can cause a mistake. Before using the white USB, I first marked the positive and negative pins. So from that I was expecting the black will be the same. So I did all the work. This thing came to my knowledge at the time of testing. I was lucky that nothing damaging was happened. Because I unplugged the USB from the adapter at once, I see that the external hard drive light was not on. My external hard drive was fine. After this happened, I tear down that part of the cable and fixed that issue. That thing was not pleasant. You can see that process here. This manufacturing issue caused me trouble and mess my all work. In the end, I make all things work. But all this waste my little time. Friends, from this simple step we can find out the correct polarities of the USB pins. While doing this step you must see voltmeter. When you connect the red and black probes with the side pins of the USB, it will show you the value in positive or negative. When the voltmeter shows you the positive 5 volt value, then you can mark the red and black pins of the DIY USB. I suggest you apply this test to each piece of DIY USB before using it in your project. So guys, that is it for now. I hope I have solved all problems related to external hard drives. If you enjoy and learn something from this video, so you must like this video and also subscribe to this video. So stay safe and I will see you next time.